Hey friends, Miss Lynn from the Action Arts and Science program at the Washington Pavilion, and I've got a fun art activity for us to do as part of our Shake, Rattle, and Roll unit. But before we get started with the project, I want you to pause if you have not yet read this book, My Family Plays Music. So check out the book and then come back. Legend has it that the Chilean Indians invented the rainstick to make rainy weather. The rainstick is a type of tubular rattle that throughout the ages has been used by many cultures in various ways. The rainstick has an unusual internal structure. An interior maze formed of either cactus spines, wooden pegs, bamboo, or palm slivers distinguishes the rainstick from other tube rattles. The cylinder is filled with pebbles, hard seeds, beans, or rice, or tiny shells. One traditional method of making rainsticks is to use cactus. The spines or thorns are hammered inward and lava rocks are poured inside. The sound created when the lava rocks hit the many thorns inside the cactus tube mimics the sound of rain falling on leaves. All right, so now we don't have cactus to use to make our rainsticks today, but we're going to use something similar and we're going to decorate it to look like a cactus. We're going to use a cardboard tube, okay? Now, in the images that you saw of the rainsticks, you can notice that it looked a little different even than the cactuses that we might have in the United States. They're brown, they're long, and they have long brown lines on them, okay? And so we're going to decorate our rainsticks to look like that. So when you get your tube, you can use the markers then to draw the lines and decorate a little bit at the top. Then you're going to tape one end of it, cover it with tape because we're going to be adding things to it. We don't want it to fall out the end. And then we're going to actually push pins into it since we don't have cactus needles. Now these are sharp, okay? So make sure that you're careful when you're using these. If you are one of my kindergarten or first grade friends and your teacher decides that pins are not a good idea, one way that you can do this without pins is to wrap up tin foil into like a tube and stick it inside, okay? It acts kind of the same way as the pins and you'll still get the rainstick effect, but you won't have to worry about poking yourself. But if you're using pins, we're gonna insert them along the seams on the tubes, and it's a little hard to see from where I'm holding it, so I actually colored it with a marker so that you can see what I'm talking about. They spiral around, and that's the easiest point to push in the pin. Just like that. Poke it all the way through to the other side because that's going to then allow the pokey parts to catch the beans or the seeds or whatever we're going to add in there, and as they hit the pins, that's what makes the sound like rain. Now if you have trouble pushing these in, you could take a marker cap or even just maybe a paper towel kind of wrapped around your finger to help it not be so difficult. One of the hardest parts of this I found is that it makes your fingers sore when you keep pushing these in. So you could go all the way around. I did not very many the first time I did this, and then it didn't sound a lot like a rainstick, so I've started to add more. And you can always add more afterwards if you want it to sound different. So if I add a few more in there, then you're gonna pour some beans or seeds, it depends on what I send to you, okay? We're gonna add those in, and maybe, I don't know, about 2 handfuls, okay? And then you tape the other end shut with just some brown tape. This tape covers the hole completely, but I like to add one more piece going the opposite way just to make sure. It's not very much fun when you tip it upside down and all of a sudden the beans come out because it wasn't taped all the way around. Okay, so you've got taped ends, it's all decorated, you've got pins, and then as you tip it upside down, it sounds a little bit like rain hitting the leaves of trees. And that's our rain sticks.